So in a previous video, we talked about the 5 classes of bacteria that grow or don't grow in the presence of oxygen. And so I kind of wanted to go into a little bit more detail about those bacteria that find oxygen to be toxic. And I want to talk about why that is. So think about the cells and how they create energy. Surely up to this point, you've learned about cellular respiration. And when you go through that process of cellular respiration, your cells are going to produce a byproduct, and that byproduct is known as a superoxide free radical. And this is in the form of oxygen, and this particular oxygen has an extra electron, which makes it potentially very reactive, which means that it can disrupt a lot of cellular processes. And so what the body needs is enzymes, or the cells need enzymes that can kind of come in and disrupt or, if you will, take care of these super free radicals or superoxide free radicals so that normal function can occur within the cells. And so the first enzyme that I want to bring your attention to is the superoxide dismutase. Superoxide dismutase is the first enzyme that we should consider. And sometimes it's referred to as SOD, so you may see that. And what SOD is going to do is it's going to take this superoxide free radical and it's going to start to break it down into the form of hydrogen peroxide. And remember, in its free radical state, this is going to be considered very toxic to the cells or to the bacteria. But as we break that down with the enzyme of SOD, or superoxide dismutase, we can break it down into hydrogen peroxide, which is going to be less toxic to the cell. Other enzymes can come into play, and those enzymes are going to be catalase and peroxidase. Those two enzymes will actually take the hydrogen peroxide and break it down even further into water and oxygen. And again, in these situations, it is not toxic. And so now that bacteria or those cells can survive. So remember, if we have bacteria that's considered to be aerobic, this is not going to be an issue. But if we have some that are considered to be anaerobic, or those anaerobes, those obligate anaerobes, in those situations, they don't have these enzymes in the cells, and therefore these free radicals will begin to build up, and it's going to eventually disrupt the cells and kill the cells. For the aerobes, they do have these enzymes and therefore can take these free radicals and break them down into just that water and oxygen. And they can survive and they can continue to grow. Remember, there were some that, like the aerophiles, that could potentially continue to grow within oxygen. They may have some type of enzyme, possibly the superoxide dismutase, to where they can break it down into a less toxic situation so that they can continue to grow even if oxygen is present. So just kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit more, and hope that helps you with your understanding.